What is going on, everyone? This is your boy Knowledge. Today we're going to be talking about the 10K a month notary business model I wish I knew first. So after 10 years of being in the notary business, millions being made, and over $10,000 plus a day in revenue, I think that I'm more than qualified to show you guys what you need to know so that you can get to 10K a month. So let's go ahead and dive straight into it. If you're one of those people that want more proof, go ahead and click the link in the bio to go see the free training. I break everything down from there. You can see live numbers. I pull it up and break down the whole system for you. So go ahead, check that out if you want. Anyways, the 10K a month notary business model that I wish I knew first. So, if I were to start over, what would I do differently, right? First off, it's understanding a few things. And I realized that I should have focused on quiet client acquisition a lot earlier, right? So, when it comes to a lot of notaries, what they do is they obsess over everything that's not really the business side of things, right? So I'm gonna give you a prime example if my thing wants to. There we go. So this is what you'll see. You'll see notary, they'll get their commission, they'll learn how to do some documents, but then they get obsessed with just getting more certifications, and it becomes some sort of like a mental masturbation type of thing. You just get more and more certifications, but you're not making any money. I guess you're getting smarter, but you just have a whole bunch of certifications and no money is being made. It's like you're just sitting on a whole bunch of degrees that you're not putting to use. It's kind of like doing the same thing. So what you want to do is you don't want to obsess over the certifications while ignoring how to consistently get customers. So I would have switched my focus more so to focus on, all right, how do I get customers? So after I learned how to do a certain amount of documents, you don't need to know how to do every document in the world to make 10K a month from a notary business. I'm going to go ahead and burst your bubble if you were trying to learn everything. You don't need to learn how to do everything. Just need to learn how to do a few documents really good, and then you want to shift your focus onto client acquisition. How can I get some more clients? What do I need to do? Who do I need to speak with? How do I need to position myself? Who do I need to talk to? Where do I need to put my money? What does most of my hours of my daytime need to go focused on? That's the things that's going to get you the actual income so that you can actually level yourself up and make that 10K a month in your notary business. I wish I knew this first because it would have saved me so much time trying to learn everything. Trying to learn, apostilles. Then I got to know the loan signing. Then I got to do mobile notarizations. I got to understand my general notary work. And then I got to, you know what I'm saying? You're just eating up time. And that's the one resource you can't get back. So I wish I would have learned and started with the client acquisition earlier. Next up, I learned that convenience really sells better than cheaper prices, especially depending on the type of clients that you have too, right? So I learned that convenience sells better than cheap prices. What do I mean by that? So there's two type of clients that I always talk about in all my videos. It's the peanut clients, and I need another word for these. We're gonna talk these the gold mines. You got the peanut clients and you got the gold mines. The gold mines is what you want to chill with. The peanut clients are the ones that they're calling around, price shopping. They always want a massive discount. Then they want the top-notch service for a discount. And then they want you to be there fast, and then they want it to be done, and then they want you to leave snacks behind. You know what I'm saying? These are the people that are asking for the most. It's like, okay, you're doing way too much, especially for the price that you're giving me. And then you have the gold clients that have the money. They're willing to just giving it to you, and they're just like, you know what? Just let me know when it's done, and that's it. You see the difference? And you want to be focused more on those gold type of clients, the higher end clients. And how you get those clients is by selling for convenience rather than cheap prices. So I learned that convenience sells better, and it sells to the demographic of clients that you want to get business from rather than getting the cheap clients and just trying to be in a race to be the cheapest notary. I learned that off rip from one of my mentors. You're not trying to be the cheapest client because it's like a race to the bottom. I'm not trying to be like, who can be cheaper? You know what I'm saying? Oh, I bet you I can do your notarization for 50 cents. Well, I can do it for 25 cents. It's a race to the bottom. I'm not trying to do that. I'll say I'll charge you X amount, but we're going to give you this service. You're going to enjoy it, and it's going to be a stress off of your head. I'm on that end. You want to be on that end rather than over here trying to see who can give it for cheaper. I'm not trying to do that. You trying to make this 10K a month? Take my advice. Trust me. Next up, the real upgrade for me was structure, and that was understanding. So reading books like one of my favorites is Traction is really what took us to the next level. Reading a book named Traction, I think it's by Gino Wickman, I think that's the name. Gino Wickman was really good. The structure took us to another level, mainly because it makes things smoother for you, and it makes it easier for your team when you start getting employees. And it takes the weight off of the employee and yourself, and it puts it on the system. And if your system is strong enough, then it can just bear the weight for you and run in the background while you enjoy your life or you find different ways to implement things into your business. So personally, I focused on, all right, you know what? Let me upgrade this system, upgrade this structure. And there's even times where I've taken over a year building out a new system so that the business can run even smoother. Because once you have a strong, solid foundation, guys, trust me, listen to me. When you have a strong, solid foundation, when you have a good system, when you have a good structure, then you can build on top of that as much as you want because you know that your foundation is solid. When you kind of just zoom through that part, like, all right, this is the system, I'm just going to do this. And then you try to go straight to like, I just want to make more money. When you start making more money, your system crumbles and then it breaks. And then at that point, you have nothing. So you might as well focus on building out a good system and a structure because that's going to be the real upgrade for you. And I genuinely wish that I did that a little bit earlier. Genuinely wish I did. But anyways, next up, one good client can change everything for you because they can send a recurring work. So a single business sending recurring work is worth more than dozens of random one-time signings. It's important to understand that. But what I will say is you don't want to get caught up in it and only rely on that. But I will say one good client, they're going to send you consistent business because they like working with you. And that's kind of like the beauty of having a repeat customers because they keep coming back, they keep coming back, they keep coming back. And then it's like from one customer, you can make a lot of money. You can make 33% of your money and make the other percentage doing other stuff. So if you have one good client, they can change everything for you. But I will say is you don't want to just rely on that client. Once you have them, you want to find more clients like that so you can continue doing more business and having more recurring clients. So you want to kind of have like a good balance of having one client that gives you repeat business and having other clients that's they're one-off clients. You want to have a little bit of both. You know what I'm saying? Like doing that is probably in your best interest. That's your best bet to making everything work and getting you to that 10K a month faster. And I wish that I learned that a little bit faster because then you would progress faster. Next up is your reputation compounds. So especially in this social media age, everything is on social media. So some people like to we used to call this burnout plays back then, meaning that you just want to get the money and then you want to be gone. You don't care how it looks. You're just trying to get that money in. But honestly, for the long term, it doesn't work well because you're screwing up your name. So you want to make sure that you're doing good business. So that way, when people are talking about you, I'd rather people not talk about you than talk bad about you when it comes to the service that you provide. When it comes to providing service, there is such thing as bad publicity. You know what I'm saying? Like there is such thing as bad publicity when it comes to doing services. So your reputation compounds, and the better you do, the better you do. Think about Amazon in the early days. When people started realizing it was good, they're like, oh my gosh, referral. More, it kept building. Or you could be a company like Spirit Airlines. It was getting bad reputation, but it had cheap flights, which were helping people out. Bad reputation. Now they don't have any money, and now there's no longer Spirit Airlines. See what I'm saying? So your reputation compounds, and it does matter. Your reputation precedes you. It does matter. Next up is most notaries stay small because they stay reactive. So they keep waiting for calls, and that's going to get you trapped rather than building a system that can create momentum. You don't want to just sit there and wait for business to come in and just be like, all right, as soon as business comes in, I'm going to do it. But then as soon as there's no business, I'm not going to do anything at all, right? It doesn't make any sense. You want to make sure that even when you're not getting active clients, you're working on the business so that you have a system to keep bringing in clients. You don't want to be reactive. You want to be proactive. You don't want to only do signings when people reach out to you. You want to be building up systems so that you can always have signings coming in. There's ways to do things. And I think one of the biggest things for me was more so thinking long term, especially when I realized like, all right, this is something that I'm going to do for a while. I'll probably be doing this for the next 10 years. Then I was like, okay, cool. I stopped chasing the quick money and I started building something that could grow every single month and started thinking like, okay, 10 years from now, how's the industry going to look? What do you need to do? How do you need to position yourself? These are the things that you need to be thinking about. Most people, when they jump into new businesses, especially if they seem flashy, they do it for a little bit and then they move on to the next thing. They do it for a little bit, then they move on to the next thing. You want to stay in a business that you like enough to stay into it long and build a great foundation. Because when you start thinking long term, you start thinking about things smarter, start thinking about your image more, and you just start to move a lot smarter within the business. So those are the things that I learned to help me build that 10K a month business model. And it really will take you to the next level. And I don't want to beat a dead horse, but if you take a screenshot of these things will help you. Just think about these in the back of your mind. But I just want you to understand that, like, right here, this is good. This is the big picture. But if you're one of those notaries out there where you're watching this and you're like, you know what? I want to make 5K a month. I want to make 10K a month. Or you just want to build a real notary business, but you don't know where to start. Just remember, it's not about taking random jobs. It's about having the right system behind it. And I will beat a dead horse saying you need a good system behind it. If you want all of that stuff, I'll give you full access to the system in the description below. Go ahead and click on the link in my bio for a completely 100,000% free training. Go ahead and click on that. I'm going to show you how it works. I'm going to break down the back end, and I'm going to pull up numbers live so you can see it for yourself. But as always, stay blessed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace, love. Your boy Knowledge is out.